Okay, so first up, and probably my favorite in the tech house genre, is the Jaws Goodies project file. I really loved the song when it first came out, and to discover that you can go and download the original project file for free and study everything Jaws did in detail is mind-blowing. Unfortunately, I can't play the song for you due to obvious copyright reasons, but you can easily find and listen to the song online and download the project file using the link in the description. Next up in the tech house genre is the Julian Earl Fisher style tech house project file. If you don't know Julian Earl, you should definitely check out his channel. He makes tons of how to emulate certain artist type videos, and they're usually pretty accurate. Logic Templates has a free tech house Ableton Live project template. I like this project because it's a great example of how something extremely simple can still sound good and full. By focusing on a few important elements like the drums, stabs and the bass line, they create a neat little tech house groove that doesn't need 1,000 other interesting elements to fill it out. The last project in the tech house genre is C. Matthews' free tech house project file. Don't really know much about C. Matthews, but the track is nicely produced and you could learn a few things from the simplicity of it. Time for Deep House. Up first is the basic Wavez beginner Deep House template. This is a basic melodic Deep House style track where we have a video showing the production of it from start to finish in just under an hour and a half. The great thing about this project is it makes use of only stock Ableton effects and instruments, so you shouldn't have any issues with missing plugins breaking the project. Next up is Jules' Never Thought project file. Another shameless plug, Jules was one of my previous projects before I started Bound to Divide, and Never Thought is one of my personal favorites. I decided to put the project file out a while ago and the response has been really good, so I decided to include it on the list. Final track in the Deep House genre is Timecube's Deep House project file. This is just a simple Deep House loop that isn't particularly inspiring. However, my reason for including it in this list is that I really like the sound of the Deep House organ. It can be handy to just save it in a rack and use it whenever you need to. In the techno genre, I could only find one decent techno template for free, and that is the Steven Bodzin style Ableton Live template by a producer called 7up. The actual track isn't super impressive, but the drum samples and synth patches sound nice, so if you have the Arturia Mini V3 and Twist 2, then I'd definitely pick this project up. Onto trance. The first one is the Above and Beyond My Own Hymn remake Ableton project file by none other than myself, Bound to Divide. This was created a while ago just for practice. I spent ages trying to get this sounding as close as possible to the original without losing my mind. All the synth patches are created from scratch, so if you are a Spire and Serum user, then you can grab them and use them in your own productions. WA Production has a free Ableton progressive trance project that is reminiscent of old school BT style progressive trance. There's some nice sounds and presets in it, and if you're into this style of trance, then you can learn a thing or two from the arrangement and music theory. Next up is Bass House. Unfortunately, free Bass House templates that actually sound good are pretty hard to come by. Template 1-8 Jaws style Bass House template on Splice is decent and has some good presets. Arrangement is also nice, so it could be used as a starting point for your next bass house project. On to dubstep. I actually had a few on the list in this genre, but the creators have since changed them from free to paid, so I only have one. The Mansa Freeze Time Luan Remix dubstep project file sounds great. It's well mixed, has tons of nice presets and samples, and a fairly decent arrangement. You should definitely check it out if you're into dubstep. Now for some rhythm. Brassstick free rhythm project file contains two project files, one for FL and one for Ableton. Both are different songs, but they both sound pretty impressive. The drums hit nicely and the yoinks yoink yoinky. And lastly, some more rhythm by Yassi. This is a sudden death style rhythm project file that also sounds pretty good. Be sure to grab it for some more awesome yoinks and zaps. And that's it. You can download all the project files using the link in the description. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving the video a thumbs up. For more tips and tutorials, visit the blog at basicwaves.com.